Let me ask you something. When was the last time you heard someone say, wow, this CRM is expensive, and they weren't talking about the subscription? Almost never, because when we talk about CRM cost, we all default to the same thing: price per user, plan tiers, discounts, which makes sense. It's the only number you actually see. But here's the thing, after years working with CRMs, I've never seen a company struggle because of the subscription price. They struggle because of everything around it. A CRM is not just another SaaS tool. It's not like choosing a design tool or a chat app. A CRM is a system that structures your data, your processes, your decisions. So if there is one tool where you don't want to reason like it's just a monthly cost, it's this one. So the real question is not how much does this CRM cost per month. The real question is what does this CRM cost us to operate properly as we grow? And that's what I want to walk you through, not a theory, just what actually happens in real companies. Let's start with setup. Every CRM needs setup, that's not the issue, but the real difference is who pays it, how much, and how fast it is. Some CRMs will force you to have a heavy setup, require certified agencies, and lock best practices behind paid onboarding. You don't choose to invest, you're required to. And other CRMs looks lighter, so let's just start using it, and that feels good for a while until you realize nobody really agreed on definitions, pipelines were created quickly, fees were added without thinking long term, so yes, cheaper at the beginning, but now you've built your CRM on assumptions. And assumptions are very expensive to fix later. So the questions to ask, are there mandatory setup or onboarding fees? And if yes, do they cover the full implementation or just the technical activation? And if no, who will design the system? Is it internal team, external agency? How long will it realistically take? What you're trying to assess is setup fast and expensive upfront or cheap upfront but risky later. The CRM that is easy to start using is not necessarily cheap to implement correctly. And here's something I see everywhere: CRMs don't break, they slowly drift away from reality. The business changes, new offers, new edge cases, new teams, but the CRM stays frozen unless someone actively maintains it. And here's where CRMs feel very different. With some tools, maintenance can mean a few clicks, quick adjustments, and business users can adapt things. But with other tools, for Salesforce is a good example, even small changes can mean admin involvement, testing, validation rules, deployment cycles. So at some point you don't adjust your CRM anymore, you schedule it, and often you need a dedicated team. So the key question to ask is, can the CRM be maintained by the existing team? Or does it require a consultant from time to time, a dedicated internal admin, or a full CRM team? We observe typical patterns. For instance, some CRMs require specialized knowledge, even for small changes, and others allow business users to adapt the system themselves. And if every change requires a ticket, maintenance becomes a permanent cost. And our third cost is the scale cost. Growth is great, but growth breaks CRMs in a very predictable ways. More people means more complexity, more exceptions, more coordination, and again, CRMs react very differently. Some CRMs scale by adding licenses, admins, governance layer is very powerful, but very expensive to run daily. Others hit limits and respond differently. You patch, you work around, you bend processes. It still works, but everything slows down, and that cost never appears on an invoice. Does this price scale by number of users, by volume of data, by features? Is that scaling logical compared to revenue growth, team growth, operational complexity? What to watch for is CRMs that become exponentially expensive with headcounts, or CRMs that stay cheap but block growth structurally. And growth should increase CRM value faster than CRM costs. If you're watching this and thinking, oh, that actually makes sense, but I would like a clear way to apply this to my company, that's exactly why I created the ultimate guide of choosing the perfect CRM for your business. It's not theory, it's not a comparison tool, it's a free practical guide that will help you understand what your business needs from a CRM, identify which type of CRM fits perfectly your situation, and reduce the risk of failure during migration or implementation. It's really designed to turn reflection into decision, so if you want to access it for free, you can find it in the description below. Alright, let's continue. This one is subtle. When a CRM doesn't handle something well, teams don't fight it, they compensate. The CRM doesn't do marketing well? It's fine, we just add a marketing tool. Reporting feels limited? An analytics tool. Automation too rigid? Another platform. Each decision makes sense on its own, but now data live in multiple tools, might fails, numbers don't match anymore, and suddenly the CRM is no longer the source of truth. Every missing features adds two costs, another subscription, and fractured data. Key questions to ask is, what additional tools are required for marketing, automation, reporting, customer success? How many systems will store and modify customer data? So the real risk is data centralization, sync failures, conflicting numbers, loss visibility. Every additional tool is not just a subscription, it's also a risk to data clarity and performance. This is a cost nobody tracks because you can't. What it looks like: leads followed up too late, deals not prioritized correctly, forecasts that are always almost right, and the diagnosis is always, we need better sales, and most of the time that's wrong. What's actually broken is the data model, the data definitions, the signal people rely on. Bad systems don't just slow teams down, they make smart people take bad decisions. And that's opportunity cost. So you need to ask yourself, are opportunities clearly prioritized? Is follow-up automatic or manual? Are signals reliable enough to act fast? And what to project is deals are lost due to late follow-up, unclear ownership, bad pipeline visibility, incorrect qualification. So most missed deals are not lost because of sales skills, they are lost because the system didn't surface the right opportunity at the right time. This one is hard to quantify, but you feel it immediately when people ask, can we trust this? Which report is correct? Where should I log this? The CRM stops being helpful, it becomes a debate, a political object, something people avoid. Shadow systems appear, adoption drops. And now every decision costs more energy than it should. A CRM is not just a SaaS subscription, a tool you optimize monthly. It's the backbone of how your company operates. If there is one expense that deserves clear framing, long-term thinking, realistic cost estimation, it's this one. So after watching this video, I hope you understand that the most expensive CRM is not the one with the highest price, it's the one you underestimate and quietly build your growth on. As I mentioned earlier in this video, if you want to go one step further and actually apply this to your company, I put together the ultimate guide of choosing the perfect CRM for your business. It's a free, practical guide, not theory, with clear questions and exercises to help you understand what you really need from a CRM, identify which type of CRM fits your situation, and reduce the risk of fail for migration and implementation. So if you're in the middle of a CRM decision or you know one is coming, I'm pretty sure you will find it useful, so don't hesitate to access it for free in the description below. It was Greg, I wish you a great day and see you next week.